For the second straight year, youth is the word at Dunmore. Jack Henses will field a team filled with sophomores and juniors, especially on defense.
We lost an all-scholastic strong safety in Todd Centerfund and Mike Kowalski, our cornerback. So we have to make one or two changes there with the people that we have. Well, our biggest difficulty is being our defensive line and our inside linebackers. We lost some great kids last year that had a real great speed, so we've got our work cut out for us.
Offensively, this club will be able to move the football. It's led by Tom Marquez, a sophomore who already has 1 year of experience under his belt.
We got some young people that play the wideouts for us, and hopefully that they'll be able to throw the football to Tom, be able to throw the football to them. So right now our timing is off a little bit because of the young receivers that we have.
So far, the opinion among the coaches we've talked to is that the preseason favorite in the Big 11 are the Bucks from Dunmore. How does head coach Jack Henses feel about getting the so-called kiss of death?
Well, you know, it's always nice if people have they have the same feeling for you and all that, and I'm sure that I'll pick one of those other teams also. But our kids have worked hard for us, and we should be in the top 4 or 5 teams in the league. You know, if we don't get some major injuries and keep our kids healthy, I think that we'll be a good opponent for every football team that we play.
3 years ago, Dunmore went unbeaten and brought home the Eastern Conference Championship. This present squad has the potential to win the crown one more time. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports.
Game 2, Dunmore at Wyoming area. The Bucks led at 14-7 but had to fight off a late Warrior comeback. Fourth quarter action, quarterback Greg Dolan on the keeper for 9 yards to the Dunmore 9-yard line. Later, Dolan rolls to his right and finds Tony Pollett in the end zone for the touchdown. The extra point was no good. Dunmore managed to hang on for the 19-13 win tonight in local high school football. Game 1, Prep at Dunmore line and tournament. The Cavaliers grab a 4-point lead on baskets by Kozarowski, first in the lane, the other on the jump shot. Tom Marquez on the follow-up shot for Dunmore. That cut the lead to 4. But Matt Casey hit this 3-point shot. Prep over Dunmore, 55-48.
Title game, Valley View's Jesse Lewandowski buries the jump shot from the corner. This one was tied early. Dunmore would shoot out to an 8-point lead. Holly Bamford gets the feed from Carrie Bowen. She scores off the baseline. And then watch this shot. End of the first period. From near midcourt, Joanne Fanning hits it, but Valley View would tie late in the game and win it in overtime, the championship of the JC's Falcon Classic. In the opener tonight, consolation game, Dunmore's Kevin Coleman with a 3-pointer. They lead O'Hara by 4. Moments later, the Bucks open it up to 6. Tom Marquez gets the score off the inbounds pass. O'Hara rally, though they took the lead. Tony Battaglia hits the hold-up jumper. The Bruins lead was 2 with just seconds to go. But Sean Cola got the ball in the lane and he hit the pressure shot. It went overtime, tied at 53. In that extra session, O'Hara shot out to a quick lead and then got these 2 key foul shots from Joe Mikulczyk to hold off Dunmore, 58-57. Game number 1, West against Abington Heights. Paul Doherty beats his man to the hole. He gets the deuce for an early 4-point West lead. They would open that advantage to 5. Doherty gets the ball to Mike Molinaro for this short jumper from the near side. Abington Heights would rally to take the lead in the first period. Jim Clark finds nothing but net from the foul line, but the Invaders would win it. Mike Hakes, a pretty baseline drive. West Scranton over Abington Heights, 68-55. Game number 2, Dunmore hosting Central. Paul Dennebaum from three-point range hits it, and the Golden Eagles trail by 3. Dunmore, though, would then score 7 straight points. Sean Colo takes the pass. He pumps and then goes up with the shot and gets fouled on the play. Then Tom Marquez inside. The pass is tipped, but he gains control and scores 2 more for the Bucks. Fred Garvey would then cap the run with his jumper in the lane. Dunmore defeats Central 54-49. Governor Bob Casey was on hand at game number 3 tonight, Prep against O'Hara. He saw son Matt hit on this nice reverse to pull the Cavaliers into a tie with the Bruins at 42. O'Hara's Austin Yerke then shook loose down low for 2 points. The Bruins regained the lead, and they would open it up to 5 as Yerke drives and scores and gets fouled on the play. It was 47-42. Prep would come back to win this one, though. Jamie Mamera drives and scores on the left-handed shot as Prep goes on to defeat O'Hara. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports. In game number 3, unbeaten's Prep and Dunmore. The Bucks' Fred Garvey with the shot from the near wing. Dunmore would score the first 10 points of the third period. It's Tom Marquez for 2. Their lead was 31-26. Prep comes back with a run of their own. Frank Padula drives base. A pretty feed in the lane to Jamie Mamera for the bank shot. Their run was 8 in a row. Another nice assist for Padula. This one to Joe Kozarowski in tonight's game at Dunmore. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports. Game number 1, Dunmore against North Pocono. Carrie Bowen from the near corner connects as Dunmore jumps out to the quick lead. They increase that advantage from just inside the top of the key. That's Joanne Fanning hitting the shot. North Pocono answers at the other end off the inbounds play. Jennifer Pensek gets a good bounce and the 2-pointer, but Dunmore goes on to victory. Tonight they clinch the first half Lackawanna South title. Game number 2, Riverside's Susie Deininger hits this shot as they started to open it up in the second half against Valley View. Later, good ball movement for the Lady Vikings. It'll go to Tracy Ryder for the short jump shot. Valley View would get this breakaway bucket by Jesse Lewandowski, but it was far too little as Riverside stays unbeaten with a 66-49 win tonight over Valley View.
I thought we played hard. I thought we did a very good job defensively. We moved well, and I think they really rose to the occasion.
The Lady Vikings will now be in Honesdale Monday for a first-half title showdown with the once-beaten Lady Hornets. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports. Game number 1, Valley View and Riverside. Paul Smola hits for the Cougars. They tie it early. Riverside comes back. They take a 4-point lead early. Don Williams with the pass down low. He scores. But the Cougars stay unbeaten in league play. Tonight, Brian Durkin follows his own miss in this one at Valley View. At Scranton Prep, Matt Casey of the Cavaliers goes all the way. They trail West by 3 in the second period. Prep would cut it to 1. Sean Crofton rebounds the miss by Frank Padula and scores, but the Invaders would rebuild the lead to 3 by halftime. Paul Doherty at the buzzer scores. Prep upset by West, 56-54. Dunmore versus North Pocono now. That's Sean Colo hitting for the Bucks. They lead by 2. North Pocono then got this turnover, though. They turned it into a layup by Ron Ashton. The Trojans increase their lead to 5 later. Billy Wright hits the jumper, but the Bucks would halt their 7-point run. Kevin Coleman scores in this Lackawanna South battle. At O'Hara, Tech's Bougie Blackwell hitting the turnaround in the lane. They led by 1 with 2:30 to go. At 1:34, O'Hara's Tony Battaglia hit 2 foul shots to give the Bruins the lead, 29-28. But with Tech up 30-29, 10 seconds to go, the game-winning try by the Bruins is blocked. Wade Bailey then turns it into the layup that seals Tech's win over O'Hara. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports.
Game number 2, West Scranton and Dunmore. The Invaders bomb from long range as Mike Molinaro hits from 3. The Bucks of Dunmore counters that as Kevin Coleman hits from the outside, and this game was tight. Later in the game, Coleman came back again to hit the big-time 3-point shot, and Dunmore started to make the move. Molinaro kept the Invaders in the basketball game for a while with another shot from the outside. But the Bucks of Dunmore used a big second half to win it going away tonight, 69-49 in local high school basketball.
Game number 1, Lakeland in white. Jim Wansek spins. He beats his man down the lane and scores. Riverside would get to within 4 down the stretch. Marty Casey finds Jody Ostrich underneath for the easy deuce. But the Chiefs hold off the Vikings on the inbounds. Tony Spataro gets the breakaway bucket. They win the Lackawanna North first half JV title. Varsity championship in game number 2 for the first half Lackawanna South title. The Bucks of Dunmore against the Scranton Tech Red Raiders. Tech started fast tonight. Arthur Askew fires up the baseline jumper and gets the good bounce and the bucket. They would score the first 7 points of this ball game. Wade Bailey to Chris Parker. The Red Raiders would lead 11-2 after 1. Dunmore hammered back, though. Their first field goal of the game came at the 7:33 mark of the second period, and it came on this rebounded score by Tom Marquez. The Bucks would score 8 straight. Sean Colo, the pretty double pump move and score in tonight's Lackawanna South first half title game at the Scranton CYC. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports.
Game 1 tonight, Dunmore and Tech. The Bucks of Dunmore grabbed the early lead in this one as Chris Bray scores on the baseline move. The Red Raiders of Tech would come back later as Chad Lewis drills this shot from the corner, and Tech had the lead. The Bucks of Dunmore hung tough from the outside in this one as Kevin Coleman with the score, and Dunmore led it by 3. The game became a very low-scoring affair, and Scranton Tech came back to win it 49-27.
Game number 3, Dunmore trying to come off their first league loss in 50 games the other night against Prep. That's Stacy McHale hitting for the Lady Bucks. They trailed O'Hara by 3. O'Hara, though, would build a 5-point lead in the 4th period. Eileen Kelly off the turnover goes all the way down the lane and she scores. They would maintain the edge. Joyce Tully hits the runner across the lane for 2. But Dunmore pulled out the win tonight. Maureen Hopkins inside scores. Lady Bucks over O'Hara. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports. Game number 1, Smiling Get Helkoski and Constable Dave Visosky watched Riverside Sean McGurran score on this play. The Vikings have the early lead on Sacred Heart. The Roses would answer, though. In the lane, it's Ray Price putting up the shot, and he finds the range. Later, from the right wing, Jamie Rubano gets the call, and he delivers with a jump shot for Sacred Heart. But Riverside stays unbeaten in second half North play, though. Don Williams inside scores. Vikings over Sacred Heart. Game number 2, Tex Lloyd Blackwell, the 1-on-3. Some nifty moves down the lane. He scores. The Red Raiders continue to build their lead. Ben Jackson underneath to Chris Parker for 2 more. The lead was 46-34. Cavaliers come storming back. Frank Padula from 3-point range cuts it to 9. And then the next time down floor for Prep, Tim Langan duplicates the shot, but the Red Raiders hold on. They're unbeaten in Lackawanna South play. Game number 3, Dunmore's Tom Marquez with the basketball takes the shot from the left side and drills it. 43-30, Bucks over O'Hara. The Bruins trying to come back. It's Tony Battaglia with the shot. It bounces up and drops through for the 2-pointer. And then to the outside game, 3-point land. That's Billy Rainey connecting on the shot. But the Bucks go on to post the victory tonight. Kevin Coleman, 3-on-2. He goes solo and scores. They defeat Bishop O'Hara. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports.
Game 1 tonight, Lackawanna South second half championship. Dunmore comes out and grabs the early lead as Holly Bamford hits this shot from the outside. The Lady Classics came right back to answer that shot with a shot of their own from long range, and this game was tied. The Lady Bucks of Dunmore continued to hit the big shot. Joanne Fanning drives home the 3-point play and the lead once again. When it was over tonight, Dunmore had won the title, downing Prep 54-53.
Game number 2, Bishop Hannan's Maggie McLaughlin hits this tough jump shot. Still, the Lady Lancers trail Dunmore by 15 early. The Lady Bucks' Holly Bamford will then go in the lane to Chrissy Bowen. Nice pass, and Bowen turns it into 2 points. Then, off the turnover, a 3-on-none for Dunmore. Kathleen McCool gets the easy score. The Lady Bucks move on, beating Hannan 52-36.
Game 1 tonight, Valley View and North Pocono. The Cougars came out fast and took the lead as Larry Pagula buries this 3-point shot. And Tim Borick later with a very nice spin down the lane and off the glass for a pair. North Pocono then came back to go on a big-time run as Ron Ashton with the inside moving the score. Ashton one more time won the break, and North Pocono had the lead at the University of Scranton, but Valley View came back to win it 61-58. Game 2, CYC and Scranton, Dunmore, Carbondale area. The Bucks called on Fred Garvey, and he would drill back-to-back shots. The second one gave his club the 5-point lead. The Chargers went inside for their points as Andy Siegel does his work in the lane, and he would also drive home back-to-back shots in the lane, and the Chargers were coming back. But Dunmore pulled away down the stretch to win it tonight, 58-37. Game 3, Riverside, GAR. The Vikings explode early as Sean McGarren hits this shot. Elio Dominic would answer the challenge the next trip up the court, and Riverside had control early. Bob Sura, out with an injury the last couple of weeks, entered the game in the closing minutes of the first half and hit his first shot. 3-point range, Grenadiers caught fire. Sura one more time with the shot that cut the Riverside lead to 1. Tremendous game tonight. GAR scored 5 points in the last 8 seconds to advance to Saturday's championship.
The toughest game, believe it or not, is to get by the first one. That's a tough game to get by because you have a layoff, and if you're the top team down here, you'd think, well, you should be winning. You have the game in your home court and stuff, or in the home area. But this Riverside team is a good team. They came to play and they played hard.
The night showcase game, Pittston area and Hazleton. 1 point Hazleton lead when Jason Hoppy finds the range from 3 and the lead was 4. The Patriots hung tough all night long. Phil Pisano scores on the drive. The lead was down to 2. Late in the game, Pittston area went on a big-time run to tie it up 60-60. Brian Billy with the power move with 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Hazleton goes on to win it. They are now 25-0.
We knew it would be a tough ball game. Tom Brady closing out his great career at Pittston, and the Pittston kids really did a great job, and Coach Waleski should be commended. But our kids, hey, 25-0. Every night we've gone out, somebody's want to try to knock us off, and I just can't say enough about our kids.
Again, Hazleton will meet Coughlin for the championship Saturday night at the CYC in Scranton as the playoffs continue in local high school basketball. Game 1 tonight, GAR and Dunmore. The Lady Grenadiers in big trouble, got a late fourth quarter rally, but even though they pulled off a 10-point run, they trailed it by 18. Holly Bamford had another steady game for Dunmore tonight. This shot off the glass increased the lead to 20. Stephanie Doty responds the next trip up the court for GAR with this basket, but Bamford does her thing one more time. Dunmore over GAR 59-41. Game 1 tonight, Bishop O'Reilly and Old Forge for the Class A championship. Tanya Gillette with the shot, and Old Forge led it by 13. The next trip up the court, Kathy Dougherty scores off the hook in the lane. It was 45-29 Old Forge. Colleen Springer started an 8-point Bishop O'Reilly run, but time was running out. Old Forge downs O'Reilly tonight to win the Class A title 53-41.
We started off our season with a couple bad breaks with injuries, but I'll tell you what, these kids showed a lot of character. Give all the credit to the kids.
Game 2, Valley View and Scranton Prep. Prep takes the lead on this shot from the outside. Valley View would come right back to tie things up as Jesse Lewandowski would score. But Prep staged a second-half rally tonight. They went on to down the Lady Cougars of Valley View. The final was 52-44. Game 3, AA Championship, Dunmore and Riverside. The Lady Vikings dominated from the very beginning as Shannon Powell would score. Dunmore comes back to counter that shot right before the half as Joanne Fanning drills this bomb from three-point range. Riverside was simply awesome tonight. They downed Dunmore 57-46 to win the District 2 AA Championship.
I'm just so happy with the way we ran our offenses. We just kept going to the basket on them, and I'm just thrilled with our performance.
Championships in the field events were held this afternoon. In the AAA shot put, Jennifer Alexander of Tunkhannock won with a distance of 38 feet 9.5 inches. Dawn Chrissy of North Pocono came in second. In the AA discus, Dunmore's Carrie Bowen took the title with a toss of 93.11. Second was Samantha Scaff of Myers at 92.6. Also this afternoon in the AA javelin, on her final throw, Holly Bamford of Dunmore came up with this toss of 114.4. That was good enough to give her the district title over Dolores Slabinski of Hanover area. Tonight, the majority of the track finals were held in the AA 1600 meters, a battle between Gretchen Schuler of Dallas and Carolyn James of Lake Lehman. Schuler won it in a time of 5:25 flat. To the AAA 1600 meters, the winner in that one from Wyoming Valley West, Carrie O'Neill ran away with it, finishing 13 seconds ahead of her nearest competitor. In the AA 400-meter dash, Tracy James of Carbondale area came home the winner in 101.1. Robin Rowan of Riverside was second. And finally, the AAA 400 meters, Jennifer Buckley of Bishop Hoban wins it in a time of 58 seconds, just ahead of Jennifer Lipinski of Tunkhannock. The boys District 2 Track and Field Championships will be contested Friday, also right here at Wilkes-Barre Memorial Stadium. That competition gets underway at 1:30. Sid Michaels, Eyewitness Sports.
We pick up the action in the AA trials of the 100-meter dash, and Tyrone King of GAR wins the race in 10.910 seconds. John Mason of Myers was second. Suleiman Ismail of Myers came in third. AAA 100-meter dash, Matt Soa of Nanaco-Garia wins the trials with a time of 11.310 seconds. West Scranton came in second. Wyoming area finished in third place. A big afternoon for Dallas High School in the 3,200 meters as they won the AA championship in a time of 8 minutes, 8:10 seconds. Bishop Hoban was second. Valley View came in third. The AAA 3,200 meter race was won by Valley West with a time of 8 minutes, 13 seconds flat. Wyoming area was second. The Tigers of Tunkhannock came in third. In the 300-meter hurdles, great race between Jamar Taylor of Hanover area and Ben McEwen of Bishop Hoban, and the Hawkeye won the championship. His time, 38.7. McEwen of Hoban was second. Tony Callow of Myers finished in third place. And for the champion, the win was special.
Yeah, when you hear that crowd yelling, you know you gotta come out strong, and I just finished off strong. But I knew I had at least two people on my back, and I just had to push it out, and I pushed it out.
In the 300-meter AAA event, Bill James of Abington Heights wins the championship with a time of 40.110 seconds. Dan Graves of Tunkhannock was second. Pittston area came in third.
I felt pretty good because of the training I've been doing, and I heard them coming up because I heard the crowd screaming. I knew they're getting closer, and I felt good. Just a great day today. I just thank God.
It was a special day for Ben Jackson of Scranton Tech. He broke a 56-year-old record in the long jump with a mark of 22:10. That shattered the record set in 1933 by Ben Johnson of Plymouth.
It felt real good on my first jump. It felt like I got out there on the first pop. Breaking the record is quite an accomplishment. I'm happy with it.
The championship competition continues tonight, and Sid Michaels will have all of the highlights later tonight at 11.
It cost me about $13,000.
There are so many outstanding high school athletes these days that it takes a banquet to honor the best of the best. Today at the Lackawanna Hilton, sister stations WWDL and WICK took time off from broadcasting Red Barons baseball to toast 18 young men and women of the high school sports season. 9 women were honored as athletes of the month throughout the school year, and the winner is
Carrie, Bowen, Dunmore High School.
The Dunmore graduate was a District 2 champion in the discus while also scoring over 1,500 points on the basketball court during her 4-year career. She credits her honor to a winning environment.
Overall, I was happy with my 4 years because during the 4 years I had, we won our league in basketball every year, and I hope that I was a part of that, a big part of that.
The winner is Ben Jackson.
The Scranton Tech graduate was an all-star on the basketball court for the Red Raiders, but on the track he was awesome, winning 3 gold medals at the district championships, along with shattering the over 50-year-old long jump record. Despite the accomplishments, Jackson was surprised by the honor.
Yes, I am very. With all the athletes that were nominated for the award, it was a big surprise to me.
Bowen will continue her student-athlete career at Franklin and Marshall, while Jackson will stay closer to home, attending King's College. In Scranton, I'm Dave Moulton, Eyewitness Sports.
Over the middle.
Following a recovered first-quarter fumble, the county drove to the city 8-yard line before Brian Foster was stopped on the keeper play, and the city took over on downs. The city got some breathing room later in the series when Nate Williams of Tech raced 20 yards on this carry out to his own 38-yard line. On the very next play, Williams got the call again, and this time he picked up 11 yards to the midfield stripe. But then disaster struck as the city fumbled the football. Jeff Edwards of Lackawanna Trail recovered to shut down the drive. In the second quarter, on the move, the county on the city 36-yard line when this middle screen to Mark Pearson of Valley View covers 28 yards, but the play was called back by a clipping penalty, and the county had to start again. The drive would break down, and this field goal attempt from 28 yards out was no good, and the two teams would end the locker room at halftime scoreless. The city came up with the big play early in quarter number 3 when Mike Marichak from Tech rolls to his left and then comes back across the field with this pass to Brian McRae of West Scranton. The play covered 40 yards for the touchdown to give the city the 6-0 lead in the 55th annual Dream Football Game at Memorial Stadium in Scranton.